Lee?
Yeah?
Is it a bit cold up there?
Yeah, it's we are in Scotland, mate, it's freezing. I thought I was climatised living in Wales, but obviously not.
Lee, you look like you belong in an igloo.
So I do some exercises.
Yeah. In other news, there's a rainbow ahead of us, no point to it.
Why is it bad
luck?
What?
Bad luck.
Since when?
It's bad luck to point to a rainbow. Ask my mum.
I just want to get to the end of it because I want some money.
Have you got a little pot?
I've got a pot to piss in. Amy actually asked me last night, do I need to change my pound coins into Scottish currency because I'm going into a different country?
So you thought that you had to change currency to Scottish?
Yes, the Scottish for me.
Let's get it! As 𝗪𝗶𝗀𝗀 would say. We're here at the Moto Services, somewhere north of Lancashire, and we're on our way to Sitech Racing. We've just had a quick pit stop for a Costa for me and for this weirdo a monster. Now you may wonder why Lee's driving. Well, the reason why is because I'm fat and I don't fit. I don't really fit in this seat full stop, but in terms of like driving this car, yeah, I really do struggle. So I've basically nominated Lee to drive. He's making a good job of it, to be fair, considering this is the first time he's driven with a Helix clutch. Gotta be honest. So yeah, we've had some pretty awesome roads to drive on. Not motorway all the way. We did see a Focus RS at like 5:45 this morning. He really appreciated the car. It was pretty cool to see. So yeah, it was great. Just perfect. Thankfully it's over me. How is that even possible? It's got like a third of a cup in it and it just spaffed all over me.
Oh, God.
Don't worry, it hasn't gone over the seats before anyone complains. So yeah, we're on the road now and we will catch up with you shortly. There's just no way with the noise of this vehicle that we're going to be able to vlog anything other than little bits throughout the journey, so please do excuse us. We're just sticking to general kind of normal driving, 60 to 75 mile an hour, and that's it all the way. We're about 3 hours off, as I say now. Simon's got a stock car on the rollers this morning, so we couldn't get there any earlier. It would have been pointless anyway. So if Lee finds 5th, we'll get there at 6. So yeah, we'll catch up with you a little bit later on. We'll show you a bit of the journey, but as I said, we're just near Lancaster at the minute, so we're not too far off. In fairness, 3 hours. We've got 1.5 hours under our belts and a coffee. See you again soon, guys. stay tuned. We've got some absolutely banging content coming with these two guys. We've probably got 3 to 4 days worth of filming with them on at least 2 of their cars, so that's giving you away too much information already. But if you know, you know, and if you think you know, then please comment down below and let us know who you think it is. But if you haven't already, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you're new. Like this video just because it is one of the coolest videos we've ever done, and we're going to make a good job of it for Nick this time, that's for certain. Otherwise Bennett's like no longer Bennett Media, we're going to leave him in Scotland somewhere. And let us know if you enjoy this sort of content and we'll try and bring you more, guys. But for now, thanks for watching, and we'll catch up with you when we arrive with Simon. Hopefully he's got a coffee and something to eat, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
A coffee for me and a monster for the weirdo.
Haggis.
Have you ever had haggis?
No.
No?
No.
Do you know what haggis is?
Some sort of bird, isn't it?
What, like an eagle?
No.
What sort of bird is it, Lee?
They're not like the little small pheasants, isn't it?
Is it?
Something like that. I've got a clue.
What's it wrapped in traditionally, the skin and stuff?
Pig guts.
Is it?
I think so. I'll be honest with you.
We'll see you again soon. Do you like a good sheep?
A good sheep?
Yeah, you just said there was nice views, and all I've seen so far is lots of sheep and a bit of...
Probably wellies. Yeah, I like sheep.
a lot, clearly, if you wanted to bring wellies. What's haggis again, Lee?
Haggis?
Yeah. I just read it you out to prove a point and you still can't remember. It's awful that you can't remember. If you know, you know. Time lapse. Yeah. Is it a bird? Does it go tweet tweet?
Yeah.
Poor little bird. And that's it. It's a haggis inside a bit of intestine, and that's it.
Yeah.
I can't believe this. You're making an awful job of this video.
Your jokes are awful funny.
We've done that joke. I did that twice, and it was funny twice. The third time, it just wasn't funny. Some of these jokes are funny. He does like a really good job of it once a year.
Once a year.
Yeah, we are, just for a bit of an update. We're doing this without sat nav for a start.
Well, we've got 129 miles.
We are 2 hours and 45 minutes away. 170 miles. We've done basically about 110 miles-ish so far. But we're just, at the minute, we're by Kendal. Just skirting past the Lake District. Literally not far from 𝗪𝘂𝑆port now, realistically, are we?
Yeah.
Have you ever been to 𝗪𝘂𝑆port?
No. I'd like to. I have watched videos on YouTube of 𝗪𝘂𝑆port, and to be fair, they have got one hell of a setup there.
Yeah, I've never been either. Considering my brother-in-law used to work there.
I mean, near Cumbria, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've never been into 𝗪𝘂𝑆port. Always had the opportunity because, as I say, my brother-in-law was fairly high up there, so always had the opportunity to, but decided not to. Mainly because I've probably been jealous of the setup, but it's not really the same as what we do. Motorsport versus fast road setup like we're doing are 2 completely different things, so yeah.
I think it's mad how it's like a big stately home, and then at the back of it is like a
How do you know
factory.
you've never been there before?
I've watched enough videos on it.
You watch anything. made it like 20 miles on from where we were before the last services, and Lee needs another wee-wee because he's an absolute weirdo and drinks way too much Costa. Oh no, Monster, of course, at 7 o'clock in the morning. That'd be the one. So yeah, we're at this farm shop. Definitely been here before. 110% I've eaten here before.
Don't like driving slow, this car, does it?
No, it just doesn't like you driving. Weirdo! Let's hope there's
I'm going for a pee, I'll see you in 3.
Woo! Food acquired. Food eaten really quickly. Heartburn following shortly. Lee couldn't eat because if Lee eats or drinks, he wants to piss and shit. So basically we banned him from eating or drinking anymore until we get to Sitech Racing. So yeah, sorry Lee. That was really nice as well, Cumbrian sausage.
Cumberland?
No, Cumbrian.
Cumbrian?
Yeah, we're in Cumbria. So it was a Cumbrian sausage, it was made of Cumbrian pigs.
Pigs?
Pigs, of course, it's pork, you pleb. So yeah, it was really weird to see a little sausage rolled up. You see that every day though, don't you?
Yeah.
Let's hit the road! Let's get this show on the road! Yeah, baby. It said it wasn't going to rain today at all. And in Scotland, just everywhere in between.
What's that?
It's a big place with lots of chimneys and some conveyor belts.
I'm saying quarry.
Yeah, well obviously it's some sort of quarry. But why has it got smoke coming out the chimneys? What are they smouldering? You think they're smouldering all this stolen gear? Well, no, but you never know. They're not going to do it locally, are they?
Well, we're like in Emmerdale territory now, aren't we?
Yeah. God, help us. This is a 50 here, by the way, Lee.
50?
Yeah, I know. Plus 10.
If you get a speeding ticket, I'll just deny everything. Said I wasn't even with you.
Nothing, I'm looking at the cameras that are recording.
Never going to remember who's editing this.
It's alright. Right. Yeah. I just cannot drive this car. I mean, look at my knees, where they are. By the time it's just not going to happen, is it? So just in case you wondered why I was being chauffeur driven up there.
I think Nick's designed this car for me.
Yeah, you are.
It fits me perfect.
Fairly the same kind of size and really, to be quite honest. priced car care products. Now the whole point of this video is that this is the mirror image car care demo vehicle, the demo Focus ST. Now this particular car's got 133,000 miles on it. Now yes, you heard me right, this car's been through several incarnations. It's been through so much, and so much of a process. It's been so much of a journey for Nick, the owner. A huge, huge testament to what he's done, and there is a background story behind that. I'm not going to tell that on camera. If Nick feels the need to share it, then I'm sure he will at some point, maybe in the comments down below. But this car's gone from being a daily driven car, hence the reason why it's got 133,316 miles on the clock as of now. By the time we get it back, it will have done probably nearer 133,800 miles after this round trip. The car's had a complete restoration, and by that I mean it's been back to bare metal. It's been completely restored. Nick has actually purchased 2 front wings off it, just in case the common fault happens to the bottom of the wings. Now it's got several areas of PPF on it, but it's been completely resprayed. And to say that the people who did the job on this car did a good job is doing them a disservice. And I can honestly say that, hand on my heart, knowing a bit about bodywork, that the paint job on this, on the outside of this vehicle, is absolutely stunning. Underneath the vehicle, we've carried out a complete underbody restoration. Now we've done that in a black coating, because if you hadn't already noticed, Nick is a massive fan of the red and black. His engine bay is completely black, and so is, well, most of the components in his engine bay. It's the most, I suppose, murdered out red car that you could possibly ever get, isn't it?
I really like this car though, because although it's heavily modified, it's so subtle.
Yeah.
It's not overdone.
It's unbelievably subtle.
Really, really nice.
Just the fact that that Focus RS Mark II owner acknowledged us in almost the dead of night, came down by the side of us, wound his window down with the complete intention of wanting to speak to us. So we pulled back, he went off, we caught him up, you know, just doing 70 miles an hour. We didn't give it any, it wasn't, you know, we wouldn't do anything disrespectful like that. The owner will confirm that. We came alongside him, wound down the window, and the first thing he said was, amazing car, stunning. You know, this is a 2005 or 2006 Focus ST, and it looks absolutely the business, doesn't it, Lee?
Yeah, it is really nice.
So if you've watched some of the videos before, you'll see that this car went to Sitech previously after going to another tuner who we're not going to name. The first tuner didn't get power out of it anywhere near. We didn't do anything to the vehicle. We gained somewhere in the region of about 120 brake horsepower just by sending this car up to Sitech Racing. Simon's been a friend of BD Performance for many years now, and we've always helped each other. Now when we suggested that we were going to do this cylinder head upgrade in terms of the valves, Simon contacted me and said, listen, bring it up and we'll have another go. Now he did suggest a figure online of what he thought extra he could achieve. I'm not convinced we can do that. I hope we can. Simon at the end of the day is the guy with the knowledge, the guy who can with these Syvecs systems. Now you're going to see today an unedited, edited version. We're not going to edit out any of the bad bits. If anything happens, we'll take you along for the ride, and that's it. You're going to see it as it plays out on the rollers. We're not going to shorten anything up or edit it just to suit ourselves. We're going to show you the full unadulterated version. We really do hope you enjoy, and we'll come back to you a little bit later on just to elaborate on exactly the specification of this vehicle, where it's come from in terms of its power journey. The journey of how Nick got here is a personal journey, so I'm not going to share that with that's fine. Comment in the comment description section down below this video, Nick. That's fine. But for now, I'm going to sign out, and we'll join you again when we were just sort of approaching Scotland. We're about 2 hours, I'd say, away now, so we'll join you again shortly.
So you're like, no way, mate, you use the same currency as 𝘎. I was like, oh, right.
So you thought that you had to change currency to Scottish?
Yes, to Scottish money.
But Amy, thanks for telling everyone from YouTube that on camera. That was long. It's now 10:34. We're a couple of minutes late. We're going to be about 10-15 minutes away. We've got 6.6 miles. We'll arrive at 10 to 11 roughly. So we'll join you back when we've actually landed with Simon. My ass is killing me. The sides of my legs are killing me in these bucket seats. My back's hurting. I'm bolt upright. I'm ready to get out of this car. What about you, Lee? You said it was the most comfortable thing you've been in.
Yeah. Like what? Sitting in luxury.
So you're saying your ass isn't it? It knows your back.
I don't think I'm going to be walking when I get out of here. Like John Wayne.
Yeah, so we'll join you when we actually arrive. We haven't got much footage of the drive. We've got some scenic shots, but we haven't really talked all the way, just purely because we're pretty tired. And my battery's about to die, so let's hope we actually make it. So yeah, we'll join you back at the with the action when we actually get to Simon's place and finally get this on the rollers. Look at that shot of birds. Nice. So yeah, we'll join you very shortly. And just like that, we're there at Sitech Racing in Scotland. It's taken us 5.5 hours approximately to get here. And yeah, wow, my ass is killing. It's, yeah.
My back's killing.
My back's killing.
Everything's killing.
Everything's hurting. My sides hurting.
My left leg's killing from this clutch.
And to get the last couple of miles, we had to go over every speed ramp going. So that was like, yeah, bit of an obstacle course, wasn't it, Lee, to make sure that we didn't scrape it. So we'll join you just shortly when we've caught up with Simon, when we'll introduce Simon to the channel, and we'll get this car loaded on the rollers and go from there, and hopefully we'll come back to you with some awesome results for Nick. Stay tuned and don't turn off. The action is coming, I promise you. Whilst he's doing what he's doing, because we're going to get this done and get from here and get out of his way. So what is it that you predominantly kind of do now, Si, apart from mapping? Yes, winner! Absolutely won at that game of silence, didn't you? So Fiesta ST180s, that was a big thing for you most recently. He's not going to give me anything, is he? So Nexus behind us, the sign that you might have seen before, is something that Simon went into and developed moreover with another couple of other companies, which you've kind of developing still now, aren't you?
Yeah. I mean Nexus, my good friend Ross Laird, Laird Performance, and Peter Trander, loves to say ex-Revo. Yeah, we all put our heads together. It's a joint venture purely on software development. I'm still Sitech, Ross is still Laird Performance, and Peter is still Peter. But we all pitch in and we all jointly develop, our own brand of software, Nexus. Yeah, it's going fine. It kind of looks after itself.
But you still predominantly do mainly engine tuning with standalone systems. So you do Syvecs, you do Lynx. What other engine tuning systems do you cover?
Well, we do. I suppose I do a fair bit with Omex, a fair bit with Emerald. We get a lot of kit cars, a lot of 7-style cars.
The Emerald stuff's really, really good value for money, and the bloke who owns Emerald, I've spoken to him a couple of times. He's a really nice bloke, isn't he?
I've never had dealings with him, but I have. Yeah, everyone says the same thing.
Yeah, he's absolutely top bloke.
Knows what he's doing.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, Syvecs is kind of my mainstay. It's my specialist ECU, been tuning it for many years. A little bit of help initially from Lee at Devils, to get me going. But when you do pretty much use it non-stop over the last 5 or 6 years, you do tend to know it quite well. And it's definitely my preferred option for mapping cars. You get good results from it. You can trust it. So Syvecs, it's what we're doing.
That's
today.
what you're running on your own car now, isn't it? Because you've just resurrected from the dead. Don't let it stop you doing what you're doing, by the way, Simon.
Resurrected from the dead.
You can answer these questions wherever you are. You don't need to be filmed. So you've resurrected that from the dead, and it's now running what, 200 mile an hour nearly, is it, on the rollers?
Well, I kind of put it together during lockdown. Nothing too drastic at this point. 703 or 704 horsepower.
What turbo's on that one?
It's a new Garrett G30-900. I've got a few little spec changes to make on it, different camshafts, get it breathing a little bit better. And just by chance, a friend said, come and do the straight liners test down at Elvington. So with no preparation or anything, put the car on the trailer, went down to Elvington, and yeah, clocked 187 miles an hour. You
actually got on the dyno though near 200 mile an hour, didn't you?
I got on the dyno just totally unconnected that week. I ran it up on my dyno and I ran up to I think 191 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Before the power tailed off too much just to sit there at the same speed. So certainly it kind of works as a good ready reckoner for a Focus.
That's not bad considering the two controlled environment on a set of rollers, and Elvington only a difference of a few mile an hour with wind as well.
Well, that's right. Yeah.
With a headwind, because in any situation you're going to end up with a headwind slowing you down, aren't you? So what did you say you got at Elvington?
187.
So you're talking a 4 mile an hour difference with a headwind, because you're going to have wind. It doesn't matter where you are. Even on a straight line circuit, even if you think you've got no wind, you're going to have, you've got that restriction, haven't you?
You do. Well, I mean, the thing is, on the single roller dyno jet here, we've got a 2.5 ton roller with with retarder. So I use 4th gear to accelerate to do my power testing. It does seem to be very comparable to 4th gear on the road, with a little bit of aero drag and a little bit of, tyre slip angle, etc. It's very comparable, Dyno tests. You can put it on certain mix of dyno and it'll hold a very consistent, steady acceleration, curve. Well, not a curve, a very smooth acceleration line, but on the road, it doesn't accelerate in a straight line. You've got your power, got your power band, so it goes faster, then it starts to tail off and go a bit slower. Well, on these rollers, you get exactly that same characteristic. So I'm not saying it's right, I'm not saying it's wrong, but I just feel that power testing on this dyno does represent pretty much real world comparisons.
Scenarios,
So
and that's
works for me.
That's obvious by the fact that you've upgraded from the Dastech anyway to this one, and the kind of various companies across the country have relied on the Dynojet rollers, including, as we discussed before, 𝗪𝗂𝗏 at MW Performance, and I didn't mention that Awesome GTI have got their 4-wheel drive version. I do believe they've ordered a brand new one as well. So that just goes to show you really big companies using the Dynojet rollers, and I just wish I'd kind of taken your advice a few years ago when I bought my own one and decided to pull it back out of the ground because it was inconsistent. But you know, you live and you learn. I'm sure at some point I'll get it resolved. But
I'll sell you mine. I'm getting a new set, so you can have these.
Ever the salesman. I only came here for a rolling, rolling road setup, and now he's trying to sell me a dyno. So 15,000 quid, and I get the map set up, and I take the rollers away with me. Is it, Si?
That's fine. Cash.
I will cut that bit out. Yeah, so I'm going to join you again shortly. We're going to let Si play with the settings in this Syvecs, get himself connected up. We'll show you just some very brief shots of the Syvecs itself. We're not going to go into any detail for various different reasons. 1, nobody's going to understand. 2, it's going to be really boring. 3, unless you do know, you're not going to know at all. And 4, these are Simon's bits of information, so I'm not going to give that details away for someone else to watch. So we'll join you very shortly, back with some action, back with some updates, and we'll take you along this ride and see where we get to. What's your prediction, Si, if we've done this?
I honestly have got no prediction because I've never tested it back to back.
Yeah. So this is going to be.
I'd like to see 50 horsepower is what I'd like to see.
Yeah.
And we might see more. It just depends if it all starts working together. Then we'll reach a different efficiency on the turbo, and it might change cylinder pressures. I can run more ignition. So I don't really know till we test it.
Cool. Okay, we'll join you again soon, guys. We're going to let Si get on with his job. We've taken up way too much of his time already, as always, but we'll join you very soon with some more action, and hopefully you'll enjoy this video. If you have, then please give the video a thumbs up and comment down below to let us know that you'd like to see something like this again. Just let us know if you'd like us to come back and bother Si again. He wouldn't.
No. Well, he pays his bill, so I'm not complaining.
Right, so while we're here at Sitech Racing, it'd be rude not to speak to Simon about some of the weird and wonderful stuff that he does up here. He doesn't just specialise in focuses, he doesn't just quite specialise in mapping of Focus RSs and STs, do you, Si? You do some odd stuff.
I do try to specialise in the mapping and building of Focus RS Mark IIs and STs. However, yes, we kind of done quite a lot of work on the Fiesta 1.6 EcoBoost. You know, back from
with the Nexus.
Oh, with the Nexus tuning, yeah, my own software brand and lead performance, obviously. Yeah, back to like 2014. You know, we put together a 370 horsepower 1.6 Fiesta ST. You know, took many years for other tuners to catch up with that one. So I suppose a little 1.6 EcoBoost, quick, easy to work on, not too expensive. Got 1.6 EcoBoost in this little track car here, S280 turbo, on our management system mapped by ourselves. It's a good.
What management's in that?
That is SCS Delta. Good basic management system, allows you to get straight in there with your custom parts and tune it. We do prefer remapping with Nexus, but serves a purpose.
What about the one above it?
And then above it we've our good customer Grant, just wants something off the wall. You can maybe just see a GT3071 poking out the side there with a Hypergate 45mm wastegate, sidewinder manifold, cams, forged build, fancy liner block. We use our good friend Ian Howell. He's been very good to us with sharing development on liner blocks. You know, we share data. But this car, rapidly approaching completion, got to fabricate some boost pipes, got to make an exhaust.
What about the kit that's on it?
The kit that's on it, it's just the
R5, is it?
Oh, the body kit.
Yeah, body
kit.
kit.
Yeah, genuine R5 kit. Grant bought with the car. Well, I bought the car with it on. Not really our thing. It's just engines, really. So
yeah. But it was on there already,
on
so
there.
yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, it's got a big brake kit on it as well, and a few other bits. I assume a bit of oil cooling going on.
Yeah, we'll have an external oil cooler. You know, outlaw intercooler going on it. It's a bit of a suck it and see because we haven't done Sidewinder with a GT3071 before. Particularly, we would normally chuck on a management system, be a Syvecs or a SCS Delta, but we're looking forward to tuning this one on the factory ECU using our own software.
So that's going to have the Nexus software
yeah,
on it?
it'll be running Nexus.
Yeah.
Aye, all tuned on the dyno. So yeah, that's kind of what we're on with these months. Not exactly a high turnaround garage, you know, it's just me and Nick there, just working away, trying to keep our customers happy.
So you can see the Focus ST in the background. That's had quite a lot of work, hasn't it?
Yeah, standard car, daily drive. Customer bought it. Kettle of, oh no, what's a can of worms, you could say. So it's had new intercoolers, new radiators, new clutches. It's running stage 1 Nexus, which gives 300 horsepower, 300 foot-pound of torque. Very sensible miles per gallon. No block mod yet. I think we've probably done a timing belt, water pump. The list is endless, but customer wants a nice standard car back and is going to get one.
So we're outside at Sitech, and the car park, to say the very least, is a plethora of interesting makes and models of vehicles. So we're just going to have a quick walk around the lot, and Si's going to explain a little bit about some of the best bits that are in here. We'll start with your own RS. This is the one we talked about previously, the one that's been resurrected recently. You've had it off the road for a couple of years, have you, Si?
Yeah, bought this car brand new, 2010. It's had I don't know how many different engines through it. It's always been a test bed. It's kind of been my daily drive, and then it's been off the road for the last 3 years. So during lockdown, I thought I was going to reinvent it again, put engine back together and go out and just do some stuff, you know, development vehicle. It's kind of paving the way for my Venom street engines. See, I prefer to tune on pump fuel. I'm not a fan of E85 or race fuels or anything. They have a use, but my customers, typically, you know, pump fuel customers. So that's what we're doing. So yeah, just over 700 horsepower, 188 miles an hour. Good fun car. You can use it as a daily. It's sensible Syvecs management. Yeah, not too hard to live with.
And then there's obviously this one. I assume this is man horsepower rather than any sort of mechanical horsepower. This red one.
Considering making a greenhouse with it, but then we thought no, it'd be more akin to a summer house.
Is that 50cc?
No, nothing in it at all.
So no, I mean, is it 50cc in the quad?
No, there's nothing
That's
in the
empty
quad.
as well.
It's empty as well. Come away from that, please. Very much. Yeah, that was a race car acquired from a good friend, Michael. In the end, had a couple of goes at racing it. Didn't really do terribly well with it. It's more suited to big, sweeping, open European tracks, not gnarly little northern tracks. So
yeah.
Sorry, let's break it. Let's get our money back from bits and pieces.
But you've had quite a few track toys, haven't you? To be fair, and you've tried lots of different things. Yeah. So that was just another one for you to try, wasn't it?
No, it was, but it was just another one to try. But there was just far too much work involved into turning it into a useful track car. So
yeah,
move on. I've got other projects like the green car.
Yeah. So we'll move past what we're doing next, right?
Yeah, well, we got 𝗂𝘗𝑠's little Fiesta ST here. Phenomenal engine in this. Fancy Darton liner block. Again, courtesy Ian. Float head, my cams, Nexus tune, S280, custom exhaust, custom intercooler setup, 440 horsepower at 8,000 RPM.
And that's on a stock ECU as well, isn't it?
Just a flash tune, yeah. Nexus. Phenomenal motor, just so fast. It just keeps accelerating up to 8,000 RPM. But really, really fun to drive.
Fiesta, another one, but a different era.
It's my Fiesta Mark 1 running ZX12 engine in the back. Bought it as a project. It was a runner when I had it, and then the clutch burnt out, so we've got to put a new clutch in it, make a decent bulkhead, get some sound deadening in it, and then yeah, be just a fun little car to scoot around in.
Again, did he say the Glanzer is yours as well?
Glanzer is mine, 1.3 turbo engine. Toyota built those like a proverbial brick house. You know, they're very in the right build and looked after. They're an amazing car, very, very strong. So this one just needs some love and attention, and
another Simon project.
Another
lockdown project.
Another daily drive.
You're just hoping for another lockdown, aren't you?
Yeah,
so that you can complete all these things.
Absolutely.
So this was the 1.6.
Yeah, this is a long-term project belonging to my friend Chris. We've had this for maybe 10 years, on and off. 2-litre Sitech turbo, GT25, Getrag 6-speed gearbox from the Ford Focus ST170, custom shafts, all mix management, PDP, suspension, roll cage. It's a road car, but the fuel pump's just gone faulty on it, so it's back to get a new fuel pump put in it. But phenomenal little, 140 mile an hour gearing, 6-speed, just goes incredible. Little.
And in the background, your old car as well.
Yeah, we've got Mk2 Focus RS, forged engine, Borg warranty AFR, 7670 turbo, Syvecs management. I've raced that car, I can't remember. I've rented it out, someone else has raced it. It's done a fair bit of work. Now it belongs to Fraser, who does track days with it, and it's just down for its annual service and a wee tweak on the Syvecs.
Yeah.
So it's about finished, ready to go back.
Another Mark II behind Lee, but
Mark II, just servicing and maintenance work on it. Probably get one dropped off every week, just for routine maintenance.
Yeah. So you still do those bits as well?
Yes.
Just generally,
we
but
look after our customers' cars. So we don't advertise, we don't market ourselves. We're just here to look after our existing customer base.
So then your own car?
Yeah, my little Fiesta ST Championship Cup car, racing the Scottish Championship. Had a wee shot down at Brands Hatch last year as well. Very competitive championship. For miles for smile, it's so fun. It's proper wheel banging, proper close racing. Everyone's in the same car, stock engines, about 165 horsepower. So we run 3 cars, one of them being my own. We have another customer's car there, and another customer's got another one at his house. So we're racing this weekend on Saturday up at 𝗪𝗂𝘀 in the Scottish Championship.
And 𝗪𝗂𝘀's just up the road from here.
𝗪𝗂𝘀's, yeah, 5 miles over the hill there. So yeah, we're loving the Fiestas. 2nd year in it, but you does see a bit of damage. I believe this car's been on its roof 3 times before I got it. So try not to do that.
But then in the background we've got the last one, I suppose, which is your own car again.
Yeah,
we mustn't forget that, Simon.
That 4 it's built by, very well built, by somebody. Full bare shell respray, Ford Sapphire floor pan welded in it, all seam sealed, all welded. Managed to acquire that. Needs new suspension, which Gaz are currently building for us. A little bit of refinement on the mapping for drivability, and we'll get it all polished up, and we'll see what we do with it. I'm not really sure at this point whether I'm going to keep it or sell it.
You've got plenty of projects, haven't you, at the end of the day?
Yes.
And you said you also map for a local
Scottish kit car centre. Quite often send us kit cars that require mapping. OMX, Emerald, Mega Jolt, Mega Squirt, you name them all. We've seen them all. We have the ability and experience to pretty much tackle any ECU. Obviously we favour some.
Yeah, that's what sets you apart from others, because a lot of people just concentrate on Syvecs, or they concentrate on Delta, SS Delta, or they concentrate on one brand, and that limits them to what they can do, because obviously you see so many different series, so many different race series that have got different setups. So you know, you're covering all the angles, I suppose.
Obviously, you've got to be wary of spreading yourself so thin, but they all work off exactly the same principle. It's just the shortcuts and a bit of familiarity, which allows you to pump through the mapping quicker with the more familiarity. But certainly the ones I've just mentioned are relatively straightforward and simple. You give us a car that works and an ECU that works, and the process is really straightforward.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to get on with finally tuning this Focus ST. The reason why we've come here, and we're going to let you guys know exactly what we achieved from today. We're going to let you know the numbers, we're going to let you know the wheel horsepower and the estimated flywheel power, and we're going to go from there. Hopefully we'll please the owner, Nick, and he'll be absolutely astounded with the result. Over the moon. The drivability of that car, I can tell you from my own personal experience of driving it before he fitted a bigger steering wheel to it, the drivability of that car is just insane in terms of others that I've driven by other tuners that have done the Syvecs builds and done the Syvecs tuning. I'm not going to stand here and say that the other tunes are no good, but what I can say is that this drives right the way through the rev range. It'll drive through town, it'll drive on the motorway, and you can kick its teeth in and it won't let you down. So for me, that's what I'm looking for from a tune, and that's exactly what Nick's looking for, and I think we will have most certainly achieved that today. So whatever the result, we're absolutely over the moon to be back at Sitech Racing. We've been here before on a number of occasions and we'll continue to come here. Thanks to Simon for all that he's done for us, but for now, stay tuned and we'll come back to you later on.
Recorded on the dyno there, you can go back into the Syvecs logs and you can open up the run that you've just done, so you can select your last run, you zoom in on it, and you can check all your data. But we're looking down here to see our lambda, our actual air fuel ratio, our commanded lambda, and what the Syvecs is doing to adjust that lambda up to rev limit set at 8,000 RPM. So it's running fine. Just see the rev limiter starting to cut on there, and we're just getting a tiny little bit of piston slap, which is showing up as knock at that point, but it's not that high. Knock control. Go into knock control, and you can see it's pulling 1 degree there. It's pulling 0.25 degree there. So it's active the whole time, and it's looking at the knock control, keeping it all under control. So if you do get some bad fuel in it or whatever, the Syvecs is going to pull it. It's going to look at it correctly. to go into the lambda control. I'm just saying that closed loop is enabled. Not really much to look at that. You can see our actual lambda. As I was pointing out on the dyno there, there's an issue with the inlet VVT solenoid or the cam pulley. It's not advancing when it's supposed to advance. The duty is being commanded, but the pulley isn't responding, which is why some of the dyno runs are a bit laggy initially.
Yeah.
I mean VVT. So at this point here, it's the inlet's showing 0 degrees of advance, whereas I know at 5,000 RPM I should be seeing maybe 30 degrees of advance. So, and I also looked at the logging. I can see the duty.
What do you think replacing those two would do?
Oh, to just bring the power in 1,000 RPM sooner. It won't affect the final outcome, because it is advanced. It is, the VVT is functioning correctly. We're looking for 16-ish degrees, you know, 6,000 RPM, which is what we've got here. Yeah. This little trace here is showing that the inlet VVT is now actually functioning as we're requesting. But unfortunately, I'm looking for, you know, 40 degrees of advance at 2,000 RPM, and we haven't got any. We've got like 0. Yeah. So it's telling me that the VVT on the inlet is not advancing. As I say, it's either a pulley, which we've changed a few over the last years, or the actual solenoid that controls it.
Yeah. So it might be worth just changing both, basically.
I would change both.
Yeah.
But lambda's fine, not control's fine.
So it won't need to come back for any.
No.
We'll just log it on the road with you and just go from there.
No, it's worth functioning earlier on, and that's what the mapping I was doing earlier on. So we've got it.
Yeah.
And then obviously wastegate duty, you need to check that with the Syvecs alert runs closed loop. If you get your figures close enough to the actual figures it's commanding, the ECU just works a little bit better. So so I'm just checking that I'm commanding 85% duty there, and it's actually doing 85. It's all matched 85, 85.7. 82.6, so I'm a couple of percent out, but close enough.
Not too bad.
So, very useful tuning tool, Syvecs. Once you've set up all your configuration channels and you're logging what you're wanting it to log. I mean, for example, engine health, start of the run, engine coolant temp 83, end of the run, engine coolant temp 90. Air charge temp 32 at the start of the run, 40 degrees C at the end of the run. So what we're seeing there, so 8 degrees throughout the course of the run, increase in air temp. We can see our boost in our RPM. So nothing of any.
So we achieved roughly about 50 brake horsepower extra from those the big valve head. So you know, it was already a port and polished cylinder head, so we achieved roughly about 50 brake horsepower increase just from a set of bigger valves, which is pretty good bang for buck, considering it was already ported and polished and we've just tickled the valves in. So we've achieved 50 horsepower for a set of valves. Alright, taking the cylinder head off to do that work and all the work that's involved with a big kind of turbo build, which is slightly more than just a standard build, but you know, we've at least improved, and we've gained 50 horsepower, and bang for buck, 50 horsepower is a lot, isn't it?
It is when you're getting at the top level of powered cars, you know?
Exactly. We're at roughly at about 7.5% now increase. Before we were looking at about 5%, 5-6%, so 7.5% increase in power for the value that
40-50 horsepower.
Yeah, exactly. So, but thanks, Simon. Thanks for spending the day.
No worries.
Messing about for us, and
thanks for buying lunch. Not.
I did. I paid for it. I left the money.
The money as well.
And then he's on his move off.
He's got it all in his pocket.
Cheers, Simon. I'm sure we'll be back really soon. If not, you're going to have to come down to us.
Nah, it's fine. It's fine.
So we'll probably get Simon down to us at some point. We've been talking about a number of different things, but we'll probably let you know at a later date about some of the things that may or may not happen in the future in terms of stuff for us at 𝗵𝐷 Performance and stuff that we're going to be doing with Simon at Sitech Racing. If you haven't already, then check out his socials. He's on Facebook, Instagram as well, or not?
Yeah, just started an Instagram page.
So yeah, he's got a new Instagram page, Sitech Racing. He's up here in Scotland. Look him up if you're interested in any custom tuning for anything Syvecs related or any other engine management system, Ford and
yeah. Syvecs, yeah.
Then Simon is definitely the man to get in touch with. But for now, if you've liked this video, then please hit that thumbs up, comment down below if this is something that you'd like to see in the future, more of, and more of Simon, less of his back maybe, but you know. If you haven't already and you're new to the channel, then please consider subscribing. I can never get that word out. Hit the bell icon to stay notified, and we'll see you all again really soon in the next episode. Thanks again, guys. Cheers.
Thank you.
So we're just leaving Sitech Racing now. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon approximately, and we're headed back home. To say that we're over the moon with the results and that Nick is definitely an understatement. We're just trying to work our way out of here without catching anything, because it is a little bit bumpy on the way into Sitech Racing, but that's least all, isn't it? Yeah, we're on our way back to Wrexham now. Fingers crossed we'll be there in the next 4.5 to 5 hours, as long as we don't hit any traffic. We'll probably vlog a bit on the way, but for now we'll sign out and we'll see you very shortly.
Mate, as soon as that boost kicks in, that's mental.
Here she is, feeding time for the animals. And by that I mean this, because we've used about maybe a little bit more. You feel a little bit of deja vu here?
Yeah, I'm sure we've been here this morning.
Yeah, we have indeed. Do you know what, before we lose the lightly, I'm going to do a little sign off here. We'll probably join you again back at the unit. We may or may not, who knows. It depends how we edit this video, and it depends what content we really need. Whether we sum up the day tomorrow or whether we do it now and use this bit, I don't know. I don't think it really matters. By the time we get home in the morning, or get back to the office in the morning, should I say, we will have been on the road for roughly about 18 to 20 hours all told, in terms of getting there, doing the dyno runs, and then getting back to Wrexham. We've just stopped off to get some fuel now. We've done in about 3 tanks, haven't we? So about 150, 160 pounds worth of fuel. Now that may seem like a lot, but against transporting the vehicle there, it's probably saved me a fortune if I'm honest. And it's been a good, enjoyable exercise.
That's been a really good day. It's been nice to see what they do there at Sitech and how they tune the cows.
Yeah, we've had a really good day. This was one of my first trips to Sitech Racing. I've spent some time with Simon before, but in other locations, so it was nice to see him on his home territory. He hasn't been down to us, but he has promised that he'll come. Whether he does or whether he doesn't, I don't know. He's a pretty busy guy, in fairness, but he has said that he'll come over to see us. Hopefully, if some of you are interested, then we may be able to sort out an event where Simon comes over and maybe adjust some tunes. He to come over for a couple of days, and we'll organise either getting our rollers back up and commissioned again, or taking it somewhere else. We'll keep you updated on that one. But what we've achieved from today is 50 brake horsepower, and that's no mean feat. Remember that bang for buck, when you get to this level, it becomes huge. Just think of it like this, that to go from a stock to 320 horsepower costs you in the region of £3,500 to £4,000. Now you get a big bang for buck then, but then to achieve that next 100 horsepower might cost you £7,500 to £10,000. Well, we've just got 50 brake horsepower starting from 720 horsepower and gain 50 horsepower for the sake of some modifications to the cylinder head. Now, we'd already poured and polished it, we'd already done some other bits to it. All we did was some valves, some springs, and a little tiny bit of titivation to make that all work. Now, that was a lot of effort with a big turbo car, I'm not going to lie, because it's not exactly a 5-minute job to take the cylinder head off, as we've proven. You've seen it firsthand in the workshop. It's not a quick job. You know, a cylinder head off on back on you can do in a day on a standard Focus ST or RS, or even a stage 3 tuned RS. It's all the same. But when you come to something like this that's so complex and so involved, it takes hours. It probably took Ben the best part of 2 days off and back on, then a day's worth of titivation, plus the valve work on top, then installing the valve springs as well. We're going to do some sort of video in the future on the exact spec and the exact journey that this car has been on, but for now we're going to leave it at that. If you haven't already, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you're new. Hit that bell icon to stay notified of all the amazing content, stuff like this. Let us know in the comments if there's something you'd like to see, and give this video a thumbs up just for the fact that Lee and I will have been on the road for upwards of 18 hours just to bring this stuff to you. But for now, we'll sign out and we'll see you again later, innit, Lee?
Yep.
So bye!